What's up, guys? We're back with another beatbox reaction video, and today we have something super special here on the channel. We have a track created by Mr. Esu and KBA. The reason this is special is because this is going to be the first time that this video has ever been released to the public in coordination with me and also the release on Spotify. So they reached out to me. They wanted me to do a reaction to this video same time that it releases publicly to everyone else. So this is a premiere, if you want to call it, of this track. It's called Dimension. It's a version of Progress created by Mr. Esu and KBA. We all know what these guys are capable of. Super talented loop station artists. KBA most recently competed at the Grand Beatbox Battle. Spoiler alert, giving you guys 3 seconds here. 3, 2, 1. He competed at the producer category, ended up coming in second overall. Got edged out by Saijo in the finals. I haven't seen those videos yet. They're yet to be released on Swiss Beatbox. But yeah, so we know what these guys are capable of. They're producing a track here. I think I know kind of what to expect. It's probably going to be a produced and mastered tag team loop station. Potentially, I don't know. It could be something completely different out of left field. Maybe something I don't expect at all. But yeah, I'm super excited for this. Really humbled by the opportunity to listen to this for the very first time, to be the first person to listen to this outside of these guys themselves, obviously. So I hope you guys enjoy this. This is very quick to put together, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this very much nonetheless. So without further ado, guys, also one more thing, this is just an audio. This is not a video. So I'm gonna put up some art that they also came up with on the screen here, something just to look at as well. I've seen the art already. Obviously, it's very good, so I think you guys enjoy that too. But no video this time, just audio. It is a track meant for Spotify. So anyway, let's get right into this. I'm super excited.
Take you to a different dimension.
Wow. Absolutely crazy. All right, so the title here, I don't know, for some reason, like, I see Dimension there, but it didn't really cross my mind. this is a remixed version, remastered, whatever you want to call it, version of this track that KBA first premiered at the kickback battle against, I believe, Robin, right? Yeah, I think it was Robin, his first run against Robin. So I've seen him do this track a few times since, and actually, most recently, he did this, I believe, was East German, West German showcase. A different rendition from this one here, ultimately. This one is completely different. So this one is implementing Mr. Esu, obviously. So listen to this right now. You know, at the start, these guys are crazy loop station artists. Mr. Esu. Last seen him, oh man, I don't even know. It was a wild card for something very recently, I think. Maybe the Beatland, something along those lines. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I can't really remember. Not going to really go back live right here, but yeah, seen him a lot. Very capable loop station artist. Mostly uses the solo device. So I've seen him use a Loopy Pro, I believe, at one point for some wildcard. But solo device user for the most part. MK2. KBI on the other hand, very prominent in the loop station scene as well. Uses multiple devices, obviously competing at the producer category. The most recent GBB coming in second place. So yeah, listen to this. I'm not too sure what the creation process was for this track here, because obviously we heard it's an altered remix version of Dimension, right? So a lot of the core of what the track is meant to be is already existed, because it's ultimately a play at KBA's track that he created many years ago for the kickback battle. So I'm not really sure what the creation process is for this. I'm not really sure how they came up with it. At its core, it does sound like a loop station, but it definitely sounds like some sort of software was used for the creation process as well, to aid in the mastering and whatnot for the overall creation. So I'm not really sure. I'm not too knowledgeable about that kind of stuff. So I'm going to leave that for a discussion with these guys here, actually, which will also be included in this video. And the opportunity to talk to both of these guys after me reacting to it as well. So we'll get more insight on some of the things that I'm a little bit more curious about in the creation process of this track. So yeah, I guess we'll just leave it at that. So I don't really have the answers for that myself. I can only speculate. So yeah, if you guys are curious and more information about how this track was created and whatnot, you were interested in hearing from these guys, about this track here itself, definitely feel free to stick around, because I'll be talking to these guys for a little bit. It will be included in this video. But other than that, this is a very crazy track. Definitely exceeded my expectations. I was going in thinking it was just going to be a classic, like a tag team loop track potentially, but yeah, what we got was something very special, I think, at the end of the day. So also, again, guys, this was a collaboration with Mr. Esu and KBA. You see this reaction that I had to this track here live, but is also released on Spotify at the exact same time this video, reaction video, is released. So I have a link to that in the description. I might be a little bit after. Apparently, like Spotify has a little bit of a delay sometimes when releasing videos public. So just keep an eye on the comment, or rather the description. If you were interested in listening to this on Spotify, it will be available there. So other than that, I appreciate Mr. Esu and KBA allowing me to react to this live here. So stick around. We will be having a very short conversation with these two. So see you guys next time. I guess like the first question I wanted to ask, like I was just kind of like mentioning earlier that when I was listening to the track itself, I didn't really recognize the like the title was very obvious to me at the start, but it didn't really click with me, because I heard the title Dimension before, and obviously we have KBA here. So as the track was progressing, you started to say the lyrics, and obviously it turned out to be a remix and remastered track of the Dimension track that you used at the kickback battle against Robin like a couple of years ago. So curious of the like just like the process of the creation of this track, and how like both of you guys kind of like did your part into it.
I can start off by saying I wanted to do a collab with KBA for quite a while, and I think we both ended up on Dimensions because it was one of my favorite tracks, one of his favorite tracks, and I had some really cool ideas on how to bring some new ideas to the table. And once we got it rolling, uh, we were pretty set that this was gonna be it. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, I would say the same. I think also part of the reason why it was so nice to remaster is that the original version is kind of, it's a good track, but it was also made specifically to battle Robin, and I think the track was good enough to just be its own thing without having to be a battle against someone else, right? So Mr. Asuo kind of helped me realize the vision there, and then now it's just its own thing without being associated to, putting someone else down. It's just its own track.
Right. So with the track itself, obviously it was originally created on the Loop Station, multiple device. I believe when you made that, you had like a first person access to the MK2, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was originally created with the MK2. I believe you had another device. Was that like some sort of like a early version of like a Helix, or what exactly was that device?
Yeah, so I had a guitar pedal made by Boss called the SY1000.
Okay.
And a lot of the track that you're hearing now is actually recorded with the SY1000, and then we put it into Ableton, and then we messed around with it in there.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was going to be my next question, because like when I was listening to it, obviously I react to just like purely beatbox videos, Loop Station videos, mostly just like live for the video. So I was kind of curious. Obviously, like when I was listening to it, going into it, I was expecting maybe like a tag team Loop Station track, but obviously it was very clear that there was some sort of like software involved, and I guess that was Ableton, right?
Mhm.
So who was responsible for like the mostly responsible for the mastering of that track?
That's
that'd
on
be-
Mr. Asuo, yeah.
Oh, nice. That
But
was
I
a really
think
good job.
I think the drums are actually my beatbox drums, right?
Yeah, partially. It's a mix of your samples. It's kind of the whole track. Mix of your samples plus my production, and that's just two brains put together.
Very nice. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. Honestly, for me, I'm not really too difficult to impress here. I live, breathe, and sweat beatbox. I've been listening to it for well over a decade. So hearing this was like a very nice change of pace for me. I think I don't listen to too much of this stuff, so I was very, very impressed with it. Like a lot of these little intricate details. I know KBA. I don't know him personally. Obviously, this is the first time meeting him, but like I've been following him for a very long time. So I know that you were super inspired by Inky, and like especially with these drums here,
Yeah.
gave me a lot of like Inky vibes. Is that like correct to say? Is like your
Yeah, I
inspiration?
think specifically this track is hard for me to recall because I don't remember what was the original inspiration when I made the track way back 2 years ago. Obviously the inspiration for this one was the original track, but I can definitely hear a bit of Inky's style over it, especially in the introduction, the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I think the drop is very much, well, I mean, Mr. Asuo made mostly the drop, but I think that's quite far away from Inky, but I think especially the intro, you can really hear it.
Awesome. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. So one more quick question here. Obviously, you kind of like alluded on it a little bit earlier, but you have a lot of tracks out there. So does Mr. Asuo. I enjoy like pretty much everything you guys create. So, like, why ultimately did you guys choose this track like over anything else?
That's a really good question. I don't know. I think Mr. Asuo had an idea for it, and then we just kind of fleshed it out together.
Yeah.
But I think it just went very quickly. I don't think there was any conscious decision involved. It was like, oh yeah, this would be funny, and then we did it.
Just kind of happened. It felt natural.
Awesome, yeah. Because you also did kind of like a remix version of this track in a German beatbox shoutout video, right? Or sorry, it was a showcase at one of their events, right?
Yes, so that is actually the prototype version of this.
Ah, okay. Interesting. So was this ultimately created before you went to GBB, or was this after?
Yeah, when was this? I mean, this has been in the work for a while, actually.
Probably.
I think this has been 6
close
months.
to yeah.
Oh wow, that's a very long time.
Yeah, no, we've just both been busy. Like GBB came up, didn't feel right to release it then. Then Mr. Asuo had to go win West Coast champs.
Oh, spoiler, spoiler.
Oh, oops, sorry.
It's okay, bro. I'm looking forward to that though.
He's just too busy winning, and I'm here busy getting second place. So now that he stopped winning and I stopped getting second place, now we have time to release it.
Awesome. All right, so that's pretty much all the questions I had ready here. Is there anything you guys wanted to talk about particularly? Maybe something you got going on in the future? Feel free.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I want to say that this is kind of like the start of me putting out more produced tracks on Spotify. I want to get into more collabs, and I hope I can do a lot more for the Loop Station community in this regard.
Nice. Yeah, dope. I am currently working on releasing my GBB tracks. Woohoo! I mean, that's not really surprising, but yes, it's happening. I promise it's going to be on Spotify. Probably before 2024.
All right,
Yes.
sick guys. All right, so again, just to let everyone know, this interview is included in the video. So as soon as this video is up, you guys are listening to this now. This track is available on Spotify. It might take a little bit of time after, like they said, Spotify's a little bit iffy like that, but yeah, listen to it once, listen to it twice. It's absolutely crazy. I'm sure you guys are listening. You're fans of KBA and Mr. Esu anyway, so you're gonna love it just as much as I did. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys the opportunity to do this.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
big
much
ups,
for the
man.
opportunity for this.
All right, awesome. See you guys.
See ya.
Yep.